Hey there, Coach Kyle here. I want to talk today about the hook grip. For those of us who just said, hook grip, what's that? Here's a quick example. Matt, come in close. A hook grip, your thumb is going to be around the bar, and then you're going to take your first two fingers and stack it over your thumb. So I'm just showing it this way so that you can see it clearly. Traditionally, we would do it this way, of course. What do we use the hook grip for? So as an example of how to understand what it's actually doing, many of us are familiar with the reverse grip. So like when a deadlift gets really heavy, you have one hand supinated and one hand pronated. The idea being, in this hand, the bar wants to roll this way. In this way, the bar wants to roll this way. So we've trapped it in the middle there. Kind of a simple way to understand it. The hook grip is just a mini version of that. So in any lifts where we don't want our grip to be the limiting factor, we lock that hook grip in there so that we're confident the bar is not going anywhere, and also so that bar can transition a little bit smoother in your hand as opposed to having a death grip on it and trying to turn it over. So we use the hook grip most often in the snatch and the clean and jerk, which we're going to talk about later. But first, let me talk about, as we're getting used to the hook grip, the only way to get there is just to start using it. So of course, in here, as you're performing snatches and cleans, just start using that hook grip whenever possible. We'll be completely honest with you, it's not going to be very comfortable as you're getting used to it. It's going to feel very strange, but it really is useful and worth working towards. So towards that end, try to use the hook grip as often as you can. Use the hook grip while you're pushing your shopping cart. Use the hook grip while you're holding onto the rail on the bus. Use the hook grip as you're driving your car or steering your ship. We use the hook grip in the snatch and the clean and jerk. Let's talk about transitioning out of the hook grip, because for the most part, we're just going to use it below our waist so that we can have a confident first and second pull. In the snatch, you'll transition out of the hook grip as you jump it into your overhead squat. Some of us do have the mobility to maintain that hook grip overhead, but just make sure if you do choose to maintain your hook grip that your wrist is locked out as opposed to sitting way back here. So wrist locked out if you choose to maintain your hook grip overhead. With the clean, we'll transition out of our hook grip as we come into our front rack for the front squat. One of the biggest issues we see with the clean is people getting a little bit too loose with their front rack position. So in order to get your elbows up as high as possible, you choose to throw that bar back into your fingertips. It's just not the most secure way to have a bar up in that front rack. So ideally, what we want to work our front rack towards is upper arms parallel with one another, upper arms parallel with the floor, and as much of a grip on the bar as possible. This will take some time. It may take some dedicated mobility work, but again, like anything else, it's worth it in the efficiency you're going to gain from it. We can use a hook grip in conditioning workouts. I don't recommend even worrying about this until you are very, very comfortable with the hook grip, until you almost can't grab a bar without naturally throwing a hook grip on there. Once you know that you're comfortable and confident with it and your thumb has the tenacity to stick with you, then you can start using the hook grips in the conditioning workouts. One clear example of when to use it would be a workout like Grace, so 30 clean and jerks for time, so that you never have to worry about your grip as you're taking the bar off the floor. You'll utilize that hook grip. It takes a little bit of finesse to transition back into your hook grip as you're coming back towards the floor, but there are multiple parts in the lift when you can do that. As you're coming out of your front rack, you can get it back in on your way back down towards the floor, or once you're back at your waist, you can reset it as you go into your next deadlift. So in short, hook grip, hook grip, hook grip. Thanks for watching, guys.